Our guest today will graduate from Coastal Carolina University in December with a communication degree. He was also the starting left fielder and leadoff hitter for the 2016 National Championship Baseball team. He bat .291 during the season, but batted .333, including 3 walks, an extra base hit, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored in 7 games during the College World Series in Omaha. Let's not forget about a key defensive play in the 9th inning, which may have saved the Chanticleers during Game 3 of the finals. Today, we welcome Anthony Marks. How you doing, man?
Good. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
No problem, man.
Thank you.
So I just want to get started. Before we even jump into the CCU portion of it, I just want to talk about where are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right outside of Pittsburgh, in a small suburb area called Kennedy Township. Yeah, like Kennedy, Robinson, Ingram. They make up Montour, where I'm from. So it's just a nice small town where everybody knows everybody.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Why did you choose CCU?
I mean, that was really the only Division I school that said that I had a chance to play at their program, and I just wanted to test myself and see how far I could actually go with baseball. Because I said if I take the chance and came out unsuccessful, at least I took the chance and I knew I tried and gave it everything I had, and unfortunately it worked out in my favor. So. And
then I understand from your first, bat around. At least there's a story that's out there. Regarding that, can you tell us a little bit about the first time you guys got together?
Yeah, I could definitely tell you the story because I know the story is going around. Some of the teammates love to tell it. They like knocking me for it. I said I was preferred walk-on, so I didn't really have any of the coastal gear yet or anything and what to wear. And we had a team optional hitting team practice in the hitting facility over there, and I just wore a white tank top, white beater, and some Jordan shorts, and everyone was making fun of me, and they were like, "Oh, he's wearing that. He's got the worst swing out here." They were like, "Who knows how long this kid's gonna make it? He's the smallest one." But it's kind of a funny story now that we can all laugh about it. And now that we can all laugh about it, they still knock me about it. Tyler Chowick and Mikey Moe, they still knock me about it. It's funny.
You were there for the new field in 2015 when they opened the new stadium, Springbrook, and now this year, with a national championship team. How does that feel? You're considered one of the leaders on the team.
Well, 2015 opening up in that new stadium after playing 2 years down at Pelicans and having to commute every day for practice and everything. I think it was really the first step in something special that was happening on this campus and at this school and for this program. Opening up that stadium, you go out there, it's breathtaking. In 4 years I've been here, we played the big guys. We've went to Florida State, North Carolina, places like South Carolina, and I think I put our stadium up there against some of the best programs in the country because it is a beautiful place to play, and I think it set the tone on we need to, if we're going to have something like this and this is going to be our home house, we need to play like we deserve this, and I think all the older guys and me, especially as a leader, and all the other guys as leaders, we kind of relayed that message down to the younger guys, and everyone bought into it, the way we practiced, the way we worked out, everything, and the way we bought into what the coaches were telling us. I think that new stadium had a big play in it.
So let's go into 2016 season this year, and I think you guys started off, 7-7?
Yeah.
And then after a loss to UNC Greensboro.
Yeah.
And then what do you think changed from there?
To start off 7-7, we were kind of all in shock, and we thought we were going to come out of the gate hot and really set the tone for the whole year. But then I think we talked and realized that a lot of us and a lot of older guys were thinking because the last year was good, we were owed a hit here. We weren't really earning it. We weren't earning a strike call or earning a defensive play. We just figured if we went out there and went routinely, it was going to work for us. And that's not the way a little school like us plays the game. We have to give it everything we got, earn everything we want to receive. And I think that was the message we relayed to each other as the older guys, that we need to, from this point on, start earning stuff and taking it from other people. That's kind of one of the mottos we said. I don't know what we said, but just taking it. Those teams aren't going to give us a W, so we need to take a win from them. So kind of changed our attitude a little bit.
If someone sees you around the campus or anything like that, they may describe you as laid back. So where do you find that fire on the field?
I think from being doubted a lot of times. Like I said, we were back, the little kid growing up. I wrestled and always had that fierce attitude, but a lot of people didn't really think I was going to make it to Division I or play Division I baseball. So finally get my opportunity, and I kind of just use all that doubt as motivation for myself, and then sometimes I take it a little far because I get a little too fired up. But like I said, I'd like to consider myself laid back, just hanging out, walking around campus. talking to people, because some people that I don't know and like I just met, they're like, man, we thought you were crazy watching you on TV. And they're like, no, I'm not crazy. That's right. Just I think being doubted and being the little guy and showing that I could do just as much as everybody else, I mean, kind of gives me that chip on my shoulder attitude.
You guys are up 1-0. You take off on the first pitch, you're still second, and of course you come in there safe and you come up firing and and slapping
Chest
your chest
bump,
and things
yeah.
like that. I mean,
I actually was on base once with the closer that was already in, and he's got a real high leg kick. And Coach Gilmore teaches that all the time. A high leg kick guy, if you can time him up and time the catcher up and you can beat that time, then he wants us to go and he enforces us to go. And the first pitch, I knew he was going to give me the high leg kick, and I took off and I was ready for it. And
Paez hits the chopper over third base.
And the next pitch, yeah.
Do you remember what that feeling was like when you rounded third?
Well, I mean, at first, I didn't know he was playing that far up. So when he chopped it, I kind of froze because I didn't know if he was going to get over his head or not. And then when I did see it get over his head, I was kind of closer to second. So I knew I was going to have to run pretty hard. But, I mean, me and Coach Gilmore always laugh at it because a lot of people talk to us. They're like, they always ask Coach Gilmore if he ever thought about holding me up at third. And I was like, if he would have held me up, me and him would have been fighting on the bus because I was going anyway, no matter what. We would have been arguing. So, I mean, I knew I was going to have to get on my horse and run as fast as I could, and that's what I was doing. And I really don't remember running or what I was thinking down there. I just know when I slid in, I knew I was in there. And before I could throw my helmet off and turn it off, everybody was on the field out of the dugout and was passing me, and I thought I was the fast one on the team, and everyone was running past me to get Paez. They made me look slow. Everyone was so fired up and happy about it, yeah.
Wow, and at that time, that was the biggest moment probably in Coastal Carolina sports history at that time. And so, so what are you guys thinking now that you're going to Omaha?
Yeah.
So I mean, what's going through your mind before you even get to Omaha? You just know that you're going.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was just so excited. I mean, so excited leading up to that week to go to Omaha because we know it's something that, I mean, no coastal baseball team has ever done, and having all the great baseball teams come through here and the players, and he really sat us down. And I mean, maturely again, he was like, hey, I mean, I know it's fun to get here and they're going to give you stuff and everyone's going to be cheering you, be a lot of people, but I mean, if we play the game of baseball that we play, we could still win this thing. So then when we all kind of bought into that, it kind of went from we were just happy to get there to, all right, let's see if we can win this whole thing. There's only 8 teams left, might as well. We got matched up with the big dogs, the number 1 team first game, and we kind of all like, all right, well, let's see how we stack up against the number 1 team. And then I know a lot of the older guys, whenever we knocked them off, I mean, granted, I mean, Andrew Beckwith pitched, I mean, probably the best game ever in Omaha history. I mean, shut down the number 1 team, only gave up 1 run, like 80 pitches in 9 innings. He was unbelievable, and that helps your offense and your defense when your pitcher's throwing like that. But at the back of the bus, a lot of leaders after we won were like, oh, we just beat the number 1 team. That means we could beat all the other teams, so let's try and give it everything we got. And that's when I think it really sank in that we had a chance to win the whole thing when we took them down in the first game.
And then, of course, there's always that the amazing, after the third strike, there's always that one photo of you running in from the outfield. And I think that's what a lot of people really remember, if you look back at the footage of you running in from the outfield and things like that. I mean, just what, were you shocked?
I think that's ultimately what it was. I mean, I always knew down in my heart we had a really good baseball team, but to do something that big on that kind of stage, I think I was shocked, and I think my face, you could tell I was so happy, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to cry or laugh, or I was just caught in the middle because you always expect for the worst. So you never want to expect the best, so you don't want to get your heart broken. So you always expect the worst, and then when the best did happen, I wasn't really ready for it. So I mean, it was kind of a moment that definitely took me by surprise. But I know it was definitely one of the happiest days of my life. Hopefully I can get that happy again one time, maybe a World Series or something. That'd be nice, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I know you have to realize the legacy that you and your teammates have left here in Conway, and first national championship. What impact do you hope to have on kids? In the future for them when they see you.
Me personally, I hope one of the impacts that I have on little kids, and if I see little kids that run up to me and they're like, oh, you're my favorite player and stuff, now that happened, I just want to let them know that, I mean, anything can happen as long as you work hard, no matter how big, no matter how small you are. I mean, if you work hard and you put your whole heart into something that, I mean, you're going to get good out of it. And even if it's not as as much as you wanted or as good as you wanted. I mean, I never would have thought a national championship, and even if it wasn't a national championship, I mean, I put my heart into baseball, and just making it onto the Coastal team would have been good enough for me, because, I mean, that's just one thing that I really wanted to do. And just letting kids know that, I mean, anything you apply your mind and your heart to, I mean, you can really do anything that you want. Yeah, I just think that Coastal Carolina is just a great place to be, and I mean, the baseball here really helped me become the man I am today, and I just got lucky that we were just talking about how some schools, Dr. Anderson, 150 people in one class, and I think being from a small town, that really would have overwhelmed me and stuff, and coming to Coastal where it's a small school and you can really become friends with even the kids that aren't on sports teams or just in your class, and you have a lot of classes with the same people if you're in the same major and stuff, and being in class with no more than 30 people, I think it just helps you adapt to the college level than it would be if it was 200 kids in one class and you don't even know your teacher doesn't know your name and stuff. I think that Coastal Carolina was the perfect mixture for me, and I'm just truly blessed that I got the opportunity to come here and do big things.
Big things indeed. That's Anthony Marks from the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, 2016 national champions. I'd like to thank him for joining the show today, and until next time, I'm Milt Higgins.